Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's CV Tsukiyomi, and today I'm going to do a deck profile. It's basically like a locals report, actually, more. I got first place with my Kagero Lawkeeper deck on Friday. It's actually kind of funny because I got first on Friday, and then Scarecrow Kaiser got first on Sunday, which I thought was pretty funny. Coincidences, I guess, but I chose not to upload it because Friday was the YouTube discussion video with some of the other YouTubers. So I decided not to upload it, and yeah, so now I'm going to upload it because it has changed from that regular build, the other build I was doing. So we're just going to get into it really quick, so if you have any questions, really, like, just comment down below if anything's, like, you know, questioning or something like that. So yeah, so first off, I always start with grade 4s, or grade 3, sorry. But start off with 3 Lawkeeper and 3 Executioner. I dropped Draconic Overlord because, like, while it is a great card, I just don't have room for it because if I only play 2 Executioner, it's not enough. Like, I don't see it enough and I don't set up for the play as much as I want to. So, yeah. So now I play 3. Very good card. Lawkeeper is really good. I don't want to explain it because, like I said, we're just going to try to go quick. 4 Berserk Dragon, 7 10k Vanillas, 4 Nahalem, and 3 Gart. Really good. I will just explain my finals matchup, so because there's not much change to the deck. 4 Bari, standard. 4 Bar, standard. 4 Gojo, so I can hit the 20 or 20 mark with Lawkeeper. And he's good, actually, because, like, not only does he serve to hit 20 with Lawkeeper, but also, like, earlier, like, let's say you're playing, like, game 1, if you're going first turn, he actually is pretty good, because if you're not, you can't attack, just use him, you know, like, one time, or a few times, I opened up with him, and I could only ride it, so I rode it, use its effect, dig in the deck, so, you know, it really did a great job, and I'm really happy about the card. It is, a very good card. I wouldn't, you know, I think it's a good choice, so definitely run that. Some people don't like Gojo, but like I said, I'm playing the aggressive build, and this is what me and Scarecrow Kaiser came up with, so. And then I play 3 Team Nara. I used to only play 2, but I like 3. I think 3 is a good number. I would try to fit in a 4th one, but it's really not that big of a deal right now. 3 is pretty good because, like, technically when you think about it, Lawkeeper kind of does the job Kimnara does if they have a full field. And if not, not a big deal because, truth be told, I mean, you can still use Kimnara. You don't need it as often with Lawkeeper and stuff, so. I mean, if you want to get it off, you want to retire something, you can use Kimnara, or you can still use Berserk Dragon, so still really good. And, yeah. So pretty quick, pretty standard. Not many changes as you notice. 1 Conroe, 4 Gatling Claw. Basically, Scarecrow Kaiser convinced me to run this card because it actually is better than Monica, especially like right now because like the chances of you boosting with Monica are like so slim. And Gatling Claw is pretty good because what it does is basically, you counterblast 1 and it retires a grade 0. Now, that's really good because even if you open up with it, you can still get rid of starting Vanguards, which is pretty good. Like, let's say you don't want him to get Conroe off. Just use Gatling Claw and it's gone. Let's say you don't want him to get Mecha Trainer off because in Spike Brothers, Mecha Trainer is actually a very valuable piece, just like Conroe. You don't want him to get it off, retire it with this. What else? I mean, just starting Vanguards in general. If there's something you don't want him to get off because you know it's going to help them, use this because it's a good card. Because, like, in my opinion, come these big events, these qualifiers, it's very important to be disruptive against your opponent because if you have played a deck that can be disruptive, then you're in a good position of winning the game. You're putting yourself in a better position of winning the game, I should say. And then 4 heal, 8 crit, 8 crit. There you go. So basically, that's the deck. And what happened was, I played in the finals. I played against Gold Paladins. Now, you would think that Gold Paladins, you're playing them, you are the underdog. It's not generally the case that you are the underdog. I mean, in some cases you can if they open up the nuts, but yeah. But I mean, that's with any deck. So game 1, I was basically in control. I had the Lawkeeper set up. I had my Executioner. I had stuff behind it. You know, I had a Nahalem here, and I had a Bar. another bar, and had a Gojo or something like that. And I was doing so good. Like I was doing really good. I was constantly dropping cards on opponent's hand, 6 cards usually because I hit one trigger, especially with the limit break. It was so good. Like basically Lawkeeper just nuts the hand. So pretty good. And yeah, basically I lost to double crit. Now that's really depressing. You don't want to lose to double crit, but it happens. I guess, I mean, stuff happens. So really, I guess, you know, there's nothing I can say besides, okay, whatever, let's move on to game 2. But if we were in a competitive setting, I think that would have counted as my loss for the entire thing, and I would have just took that whole thing as a loss. But we don't play like that at our locals yet, which I feel like we should just to prepare, but right now it's fine. But anyways, game 2, I opened up the nuts again. I opened up the Lawkeeper, I opened up the Executioner, and I had like a Berserk Dragon or something. So I was all set. Like this field was like basically staple. Like nothing was like getting in my way, except I had a bar here, a Gojo here, and a Kimnara here. Something like that. And I was basically just doing so good. Like it was the same setup I had in the game 1, and it was really good. I was just constantly swinging for 20 here, and you know, this was 15 on the side, really good. Just constantly hitting my opponent all the time, very good. Now, game 3, I was like really scared. Well, I wouldn't say really scared. Like not scared when you see a scary movie, but I would say like kind of like looking at your deck, looking at your hand, and saying, oh, I'm in a bad situation. Because game 3, I was in a bad situation, pretty bad, and I did play out of it, which I think was kind of weird, but it also helped that my opponent didn't have everything they needed either. But basically, I opened up with 2 of these, and I didn't open up with Lawkeeper. And basically, like, as the game went on, I told myself, like, I'm not going to open up with Lawkeeper, like, or I'm not going to get Lawkeeper, and even if I do, no point in using it anymore. So, but I did get 3 bars, which I thought was kind of funny. And, basically, I went into this form that I think that you can say it's the deck's secondary option. I'm going to call it Executioner Beatdown, which I think is kind of interesting. But if you can't ride Lawkeeper, Executioner is your next best thing, paired up with the Berserk Dragon. Like, because you can't retire with Executioner, you need a form of retiring. So I use Berserk Dragon and Kimnara as my form of retiring in this deck to replace Lawkeeper. So basically, I still kind of did the same thing with my Counterblast, but instead of using Lawkeeper, I had to rely on these 2 cards to do the destruction. So still really good. I ended up winning that game. I resolved Berserk Dragon twice because like they attacked me, or I had this field set up. They attacked me. I intercepted with this, guarded, played a second one, and went like that. So good game. And yeah, basically that was really good. I was really happy I won. It's the second time I've actually gotten first place. The first time was like when this game like just came to the U.S. and I used Alf Kagero. That was the first time I got first place. But I haven't been able to at locals get first place like since then. So, but this is my second time, and it's funny that it's with Kagero. So pretty funny. But yeah, so that's the deck, guys. Very good, very happy. Matchup was really good. It has really good matchups. As you know, if you guys watched our discussion video, we all agreed Kagero has the best like consistency against all decks. Like it really can handle all decks on a fair playing field. So really good stuff. Now Lawkeeper is really good. I think it's the variant to run. Some people might play Goku, and it's still a good deck. I think Goku and Lawkeeper are the 2 most popular decks you can run. But there's been like something, if you guys ever like read on the Facebook group or something, like Fatal Trigger tells you this really neat play. Basically, if you don't want them to get Lawkeeper off, or you want them to stun the Lawkeeper, you basically put Berserk Dragon in a back circle, and you wait for them to use Lawkeeper, because if you're in a mirror match, then they use then they have to take away the Berserk Dragon, comes back, it retires something. So yeah, that's a stun play against Lawkeeper, but it's not really a big deal when you think about it, because even if they do set up the Berserk Dragon, fine, not a big deal, because I'll just play my own Berserk Dragon and destroy this one. So it's not too big of a deal. I mean, obviously they're trying to kind of stun you with that play, and it does make sense, but you have ways around it. So I don't want you to think that just because someone can place a Lawkeeper, can place a Berserk Dragon in the back row, I don't want you to think that you can't once you play Lockkeeper, you're basically screwed. I don't want you to think that when you're playing Berserk Dragon, or when you're playing against someone who's in a mirror match with another Berserk Dragon in the back row just waiting for you to Lockkeeper, because basically you can just go like this. And Berserk Dragon, their Berserk Dragon, fine. It's only 2 counterblasts, and this only is 1. So you're still good. Like, you're still in the clear. So don't worry about that too much. Just know how to play against that. And if you are teching in Tejas, that is a way around it as well, but I don't recommend playing Tejas. So basically, that is my locals report with my Kagero deck. I got first place. You guys got any questions? Please let me know. Peace out.